Well, my name is Richard Hunter Sr., and I'm a divorced father, and I have four children, two daughters and two sons. I have seven grandchildren. I don't own a car by choice, and I use my bike, walking, TriMet, Zip car, Uber, friends, or family to mobilize around Portland. I have 12 siblings, and I was raised on as a pastor's kid, PK. Um, I am associate pastor of Neighborhood Church of God, which my father and mother founded in 1961, and where I once was senior pastor for about 8 years. I graduated from Jefferson High School in 1971. I attended Southern Oregon University in Ashland, Oregon. And on July 18th, I will be 68 years old. I have been a volunteer for over 40 years. I love being involved in my community. I have served on committees within my church affiliation and within my community. I have served with a number of organizations, the Social Concerns Committee for the Churches of God in Oregon and Southwest Washington, Racine Interfaith Coalition in Racine, Wisconsin, campus pastor at Warner Pacific College, board chair for Sabin Community Development Corporation, at-large board member for Humboldt Neighborhood Association, volunteer and school involvement coordinator for the Jefferson High School Alumni Association. And then my work with AARP, currently AARP Oregon, their legislative advocacy volunteer team, their speaker bureau. I'm a tech for them, volunteer peer interviewer, Neighbor Walks team partnering with Oregon Walks. Well, walking is important to me because it preserves both your physical and your brain health. It's good to get out and walk through the neighborhood and through parks and to do hiking. It's important to know your surroundings and the people who live in your community. And when you're walking, you can see things that the average person driving a car may miss. I think it's important to see people and interact. You learn so much about your community and your environment when you go walking. Walking can help your life. It is a healthy practice, and it's good for couples or families to go walking together. Go walking with your friends or coworkers. You can create and build relationships through walking together. Some of my favorite places to walk. I would say I love walking through old neighborhoods where I grew up and once lived. I love walking down MLK Boulevard. I love walking through parks like Irving Park, Laurelhurst Park, Peninsula Park. I grew up at Peninsula Park. I love walking and hiking in Lacamas Creek in Camas, Washington. And I love many of the walking routes that were created by AARP Neighbor Walks. Yes, gentrification has brought many changes with it. Racism and inequity has changed many things about walking. As an African American whose parents were living in Vanport and Guys Lake and forced to live in Albina after the flood because white people did not want us anywhere else, we made this community our home for 50 years, enduring the city's redlining and refusal to give Black people loans to buy home, to do home improvements or buy a home. Um, no one was a stranger, and you were familiar with everyone in your community, and they all looked like you. I did a lot of walking growing up, and I walked to school, friends' houses, the park, the store, and other walking excursions together. Some changes since I have been walking have been seeing a smaller percentage of people that look like me. I'm glad that PBOT has improved sidewalks and streets to make it safer for pedestrians, but now we just need to get more drivers to honor and respect us while we are out walking. Neighbor Walks is a a program that creates affinity walking, create relationships and cohesiveness among people and bringing people together to learn each other and also learn about what's going on around their community, to take in the various history and beauty and sight of their surroundings, and and exercise and breathe fresh air and just uh, take in your environment when you go walking. And we Neighbor Walks has various walks on each year. We didn't have anything during the pandemic, and so we decided to do virtual walking. Not necessarily doing your walking on a computer, but we'll create the walks, and you can go on our site and download the map, the walking maps, and you can take the walks yourself. But usually when we're together, we usually have 100 or more people with us on our walks. Well, I will say that people should they should get involved with various affinity walking groups like AERP Neighbor Walks and other many other local walking groups in your community. Participate in events like the MLK Run, Rip City Race for the Roses, and most of these runs have walking routes as well. Cancer walks, Alzheimer walks, etc. In good weather, take a nice walk after dinner. Unless you are shopping or for groceries or other things that you have to have your car for, if you live within walking distance of your store, your barber shop, coffee shop, etc., just try just walking there instead of driving. Be vigilant while walking. Not everyone practices safe driving by stopping at stop signs or looking both ways or using hand-free devices or honoring pedestrian crosswalks. And it may be safe, a very safe thing, to always have walking buddies and avoid walking alone. Lacamas Creek in Camas, Washington. It's sort of like a trail, but it runs along this really nice creek and has nice flowing fresh water, just so refreshing and relaxing, um, therapeutic, and you get good exercise because going up the trail, you're kind of going upgrade, and so that you downgrade when you're on your way back down. But it's very beautiful, lots of trees and flowers and whatnot. So